Hey guys, CryptoDad, thanks for joining me on the Saturday night live stream, live from Michigan, where you can throw out questions, and I'll do my best to get them answered. We'll talk about Bitcoin, we'll talk about the news. I'm going to move some crypto around for you guys. We'll talk a little bit about altcoins, and as always, I'll do my best to get to your questions and see if we can't answer your questions here live. I forgot that intro. Let's see that. Yeah, that one caught me kind of off guard. I had disabled it on that particular scene and was expecting it, and it didn't show up. So, but hey, I'm here again with the rig and the Bitcoin logo. It's been a really exciting week. A lot of news to cover. I think I put in the title, there's just too much news to cover. I feel like Inigo Montoya. I don't know if any of you know who that is, if you're into cool movies, but Princess Bride. Let me explain. No, there is too much. Let me sum up. So, yeah, there's too much news about Bitcoin to even put in my description all the stories that I wanted to link to. I usually link to all of the stories, but there are a few stories that just wouldn't fit in the description. YouTube only gives you like 5,000 characters in the description. So, wow, it's been a crazy week. And I've got a lot of cool stuff I want to do for you guys. Let's just jump in real quick and move over here so that I can greet everyone. Let's get the right monitor queued up. There we go. I was doing some rebooting, and I think we got everything straightened out. So first of all, as always, I'd like to thank all of the regular viewers that come in and join me every Saturday. It really gives me a lot of motivation to keep doing this live stream every week. It's always good to have friendly faces, friendly voices, friendly icons in the stream. So Kenny, as always, thank you for the news stories. There was a news story that I had read it and I couldn't figure out where it was, and I was like searching for it, and then I was like, oh, wait a minute. Kenny sent me this one, so I had to go back to yesterday, and I found the link. So as always, thanks for the news stories, Kenny. Simon is here. Yes, we were talking about fees last week or a couple of streams ago. I think I did some extra streams over the week and did some extra and dropped some videos. Let me finish. Let me finish greeting everyone. Mark from Slovakia, good to have you here. You seem to be a regular viewer. That's great. Cyrus Crypto, Hans Hannah 350, Ham Radio Guy. Good to have you here. Got off work early. Diesel Kane, thanks for being here. P. Wizzle, Gianluca Ziari. Let's go. It's good to have you here. AMV Podcast, JDO, thanks for being here. JDO is one of our moderators. Thank you so much for being here, JDO. Let's see here. Chris Shine, thank you for being here. What is Bitcoin? Well, we're going to talk a little bit about the news stories. Okay, yeah. So, Chris, good to have you here. If you do too much spamming, though, moderators will put you in a timeout or do whatever they do, or I'll do it. But I have allowed anyone to come in, so it's good to have everybody here. Barbara K, wonderful for you to be here. Ryan is here, pumping coins. Kind of lay off that too. We're not here about coins. I am going to let me show you that picture. Let me explain. No, there is too much. Let me sum up. So we got a lot of news to cover on Bitcoin tonight. I hope I don't get yanked off the channel for a copyright violation for showing a meme. So let's see. Okay, so let's dive into the news. Before we do, I want to fire up my Monero wallet so you guys can see what I'm doing. It does take, this is a full node wallet. and it does need some time to sync up to the blockchain. I'm going to do advanced mode here. I'm going to open a wallet from file. We're going to use my Ledger Nano X because we're going to talk a little bit tonight about managing multiple wallets. And one of the cool things about managing, one of the cool things about a Ledger device when it comes to managing a lot of wallets is that you can use this device as your private key for a lot of different wallets. Okay. It's not so much the camera as it is the connector that has been... come on, Rex. Okay, there we go. Well, come on, camera. I'm okay. It's the camera that's being uncooperative, right? Let's see if we can... There we go. So in order to access this wallet, I need to be in my Monero app. So we'll go over there, we'll get in, and then I will open this file here. I'm going to type in my password here real quick. Oh. Okay, and I managed to do that without muting my mic. That's a good thing. And I just want you to see what happens when this happens. So the wallet queries the device, and the device wants me to authorize the export of the view key, which is the public-facing information of this wallet. Monero is a little more of a stickler than Ledger Live. It wants permission. It asks me, I have to authorize even public permission as opposed to Ledger Live, which doesn't really care that much about public stuff, but definitely on the private authorizations. All right, so that wallet is fired up and it needs some time to sync. So we've got that one. We've got that iron in the fire. I'm going to drop that. Let's jump into the news. Like I said, there's so much news to cover, and a lot of it is good, and my sandals are all over the place. Oh, I did kind of want to show you this shirt, if we can get that going. As you can see outside, it's a beautiful day in Michigan. I had this shirt. This shirt was given to me by, and it's kind of hard to see the little Bitcoin logos on there, but Trezor gave me this shirt. They're a great company. Yeah, we're back to this. That's cool. Yeah, I wanted to show you guys that. So that's the balance, but it still needs to sync up to the blockchain. So we'll get that going. Let's jump into the news. Now, as I mentioned, there's so much has happened this week. I just wanted to quickly show you guys. This is last week's live stream. And look at the price of Bitcoin last week, Saturday night, 51,606. Last week, we were talking about breaking 50K, right? And this week, we're talking about breaking 60K. So that's just how much has been going on just over the last week. So let's get into the news. Once again, Bitcoin breaches 60K. This was February 28th. This was 4 days ago. Let's see where we're at here. That was Wednesday. All right, so this is Bitcoin breaching 60K on Wednesday. This is, I don't know, maybe that was Wednesday too. My gosh. Yeah, it looks like, oh, yeah. It's just craziness. So Bitcoin topped 63K for the first time since November of 2021. So over the last couple of months, we've been getting 52-week highs of Bitcoin. I've been getting a lot of alerts on Bitcoin on my Amazon device. I have an Amazon show in the living room, and it's got a little screen on it. So we get a lot of alerts on there, and someone had asked me how to set that up. I think I mentioned it. You might be here tonight. I wanted to quickly show you where that is. That's our Tangem Wallet here real quick. So and I hope I don't show too much personal information here, but if you go into your Alexa app and then, Sorry, Alexa, I wasn't talking to you. How do we get into settings? Doggone it. Phew, it must be in more. Okay, there it is. So if we go into settings, and then we go into notifications, and then we go into following. All right. In following, there are several business type things. Now, I have this set up ahead of time, so I'm not sure if you go into your following, if you'll see these categories or not, but I have them. So if I go into Bitcoin, and then I can enable or disable these alarms. So I get these Bitcoin alerts on my Echo device. No, I wasn't talking to you. Echo, stop.
Thanks for...
I gotta be careful what I talk about around here. They even have Ethereum. So I have those alerted. So as I mentioned, I've been getting a lot of 52-week alerts on Bitcoin and Ethereum. And so it's just crazy, all the stuff that's going on right now. Really cool. Let's go back over here. So, but this is a 2-year high. This is a 104-week high, right? So we're getting into the stratosphere here. Spot Bitcoin ETFs are seeing massive inflows. I've got these stories linked down below in the description. If you want to check out the description, I've got some stuff about what we're talking about tonight and some affiliate links for Coinbase, Ledger, and of course the Tangem Wallet. Make sure you type in CryptoDad at checkout if you want a Tangem Wallet. Because you will get a discount, right? They've assured me that my CryptoDad 10% discount will last forever. Good people over there. So yeah, I mean, this is a normal price, and if you paste in CryptoDad in all caps and hit that little arrow, they're going to apply a discount for you. So don't forget if you want a Tangem Wallet. We're going to play with Tangem Wallet tonight too. We're going to do all kinds of fun stuff tonight. So let's go over here. I'm not going to go into the news stories too much. Like I said, let me explain. There's too much. Let's just sum it up. You can see those stories in the description down below. And if you scroll down here, and like I ran out of room in my description for all the news stories. But that's a good thing, right? So let's move on. I wanted to talk about this one real quick. On that Wednesday when we hit the peak at 64K, Coinbase went down. Now, I had read another story that, and a lot of people were claiming that it was Coinbase that caused the drop for Bitcoin. There's a lot of speculation as to what exactly happened there, but I had read a story that there was some sort of futures thing that caused the immediate drop from 64K back down to like 60K or less. It was like a 5,000 drop within minutes. And I believe it was that caused the Coinbase outage, if I'm not mistaken. But it could have been that we were seeing this push up to 64 and Coinbase went down and everyone freaked out, and that's what caused the pullback. So we don't know for sure. But it was my understanding in this article that I read that I can't find that there was a huge drop, and that was what caused the Coinbase outage, that fluctuation. But what I'd like to point out about this story, as I've said many times, if you are custodying your own crypto in your own wallet, then you don't have to worry about this kind of stuff. So you can transfer your Bitcoin within minutes over to an exchange for a sale if that's what you want to do. So if you had a whole bunch of Bitcoin and you were trying to sell on that date and time, and Bitcoin or Coinbase was down, you could have transferred your crypto somewhere else like Kraken or Binance US or Gemini or whatever. because you control the crypto when it's in your own wallet. So all of those people that wanted to sell on that day were thwarted because there was a glitch in Coinbase. A lot of people, and I say this so much, please learn how to custody your own Bitcoin, learn how to make transfers back and forth to exchanges. It doesn't just have to be, the kind of event where, a lot of people will say, oh, well, if we have a black swan event and we lose power or the financial system collapses, Bitcoin isn't going to do you any good anyway. We talk a lot about that sort of thing, but just a day-to-day kind of stuff where you can't log into your account because you used the wrong password too many times, or there's a temporary glitch like this in Coinbase. If you are custodying your own crypto in your own wallet, you still have options, right? If you've got all of your crypto on Coinbase and they have a glitch right when Bitcoin hits an all-time high, then you are locked out of access to your own crypto. And the reason why that is because when you leave it on Coinbase, they control it, not you. In other words, if you leave your crypto on Coinbase, it's not your Bitcoin. It's not your crypto. It's only your crypto when you have self-custody. You control the private key. There, I've said it. Let's move on, right? Spot Bitcoin ETF volume shatter record with massive 7.7 billion traded. Crazy stuff, man. Trading volumes for the 10 new U.S. Bitcoin ETFs have set a new record, more than doubling their previous high from days ago. And let me just say that all of us here on the live stream, and myself included, have been following the price of Bitcoin over the last month and even over the last several years. But I mean, let's just say we've been following it since January. We're aware, right? But a lot of people aren't. I mean, a lot of people are just waking up to this, right now in March, right? So, just unbelievable what's going on here. Let's see, what story is this? Bitcoin just printed a 20K monthly candle, its biggest ever in the U.S. This was for February. This is trading jargon. Let's see. Unreal, February 2024, printed a 19,084K Bitcoin candle, the largest monthly U.S. increase in history. That was now, right? Unbelievable stuff going on in the crypto market. Let's see, what's our next story here? This is a kind of, I try not to run too many of these stories, but this is a price prediction that Bitcoin could hit $180,000 this cycle based on this obscure Williams %R oscillator, which I have no idea what that is or what that means. But according to this analyst, this particular metric has only shown up like 4 times in history. And based on the past, it showed up 2013, 2016, and 2020. And the cycle has decreased. The returns have decreased each cycle from 19,000% in 2013 to 260% in 2020. But even if it matches the latter one, the Bitcoin price, that could produce 180K BTC price within this year, I guess. I don't know. And then there's it. But of course, there's a word of caution. The same analysts that I shared, the Williams %R signals have worked perfectly. However, this study guarantees nothing. Keep that in mind. It simply tells us how market participants have behaved in the past when investor behavior was similar from a statistical perspective. So what we're talking about when we're dealing with charts, and Dan can tell us about this, is that these patterns are basically measuring human trading behavior, right? These are behavior metrics and patterns that have occurred in the past, right? We can't really think of a price chart as being something in a vacuum, right? This is the behavior, this is group behavior, right? This is group dynamics, right? These are traders, the way they behave in the past. Interesting story, though. Let's see, where are we at here? Okay, Bitcoin analyst Plan B predicts 10 months of face melting FOMO, right? As I mentioned earlier, a lot of people are just waking up to this. A lot of people may have heard about Bitcoin in the past and they thought, oh, it died in 2017. And then they heard about it in 2020 and 2021. They're like, wow, it came back from the grave. And then it, we had another bear market and they thought, oh, well, I guess it just was a flash in the pan. And here we are again, Bitcoin, hearing it in the news. Bitcoin. Oh, I thought it died in 2017. Well, wait a minute. It revived back in 2020 and 21. I thought it was gone. Oh, it's back. All right. Well, maybe there's something to this, right? There's a lot of people that are just getting, they're watching the sports and, the fashion shows and whatever, and they're not paying attention, and they might be hearing headlines about politics and the election or whatever, and Bitcoin is like not even on their radar, but it's coming back, guys. Bitcoin bull market officially started on March 1st, according to synonymous quantitative analyst Plan B, who is also the creator of the controversial stock-to-flow model for Bitcoin's price. If history is any guide, we will see 10 months of face melting, fear of missing out, FOMO, fear of missing out, extreme price pumps combined with multiple negative 30 drops, right? So the volatility will probably be back. Interesting because Bitcoin is not as volatile as it used to be. And it's really interesting that since Wednesday, Bitcoin has stabilized right around 62. That is incredible. Usually in the past, when we've seen these pumps, Bitcoin will pull back like 30%. So in the past, a peak at 64K would have usually meant a pullback to like 55 or maybe even back down to 50, because that's where it was a week ago. But since Wednesday, we're still hanging on to 62K. Just incredible stuff going on, guys. I'll link to this article. I don't want to spend all night talking about the news. This is an interesting article in Forbes. I left this up here because this is a paywall, so you can only read a certain number of articles about Forbes. A U.S. dollar collapse. Bank of America came out with a report that said the U.S. is 1 trillion every 100 days. And it's a warning of our national debt, I believe, or our budget. I lose track sometimes. Huge Bitcoin and Ethereum, XRP, and crypto price boom to rival gold. What's interesting about this article is that, and I believe it's in this article, if I can remember, this isn't even the article I was thinking about. There was an article I saw about that there was a movement from Bitcoin, from gold ETFs to Bitcoin ETFs. Now, we know, there were people selling gold ETFs and there were people buying Bitcoin ETFs. That doesn't mean that they were directly related. That doesn't mean that money was going directly from gold ETFs into Bitcoin ETFs. But that was the narrative. That there were outflows in gold ETFs and inflows on Bitcoin ETFs, and that people were thinking, hey, Bitcoin is the new digital gold. And I don't even know what happened to that story. Like I said, too many stories. This story is kind of about that Bitcoin is hitting new highs, and the U.S. debt load is ramping up $1 trillion every 100 days. Just crazy stuff going on. U.S. national debt is rising every 100 days. It's little wonder debt debasement trades are closing in on all-time highs. gold at 2,077 per ounce, and Bitcoin at 67,734. That's the all-time high of Bitcoin. So just crazy stuff going on. Okay, this is a little bit more of a boring story, but we used to get a lot of FUD from the mainstream on Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. There was a lot of FUD surrounding Tether, and we're going to use Tether a little bit tonight. But there were a lot of stories in 2017 accusing Tether of being some sort of crazy Ponzi scheme. If you remember back in 2018, there were a lot of stories saying that the only reason Bitcoin had a bull market in 2017 was market manipulation of Tether. They were printing a bunch of Tether and Bitcoin was going up. And so, you know, that was causing the Bitcoin market upswing. You don't hear as much about that as you used to, but there was an article by the Wall Street Journal in 2023 talking about Tether, Bitfinex, kind of a fraud thing where Tether was trying to get a better treatment by banks or something like that, and they mentioned a particular company. What's the name of this company? Christopher Harborn is the guy, and his company was AML Global, and in this particular article, the Wall Street Journal mentioned him in relation to this fraud, and then he called them out, and a few months later, they removed the references to him and the art and his company, but now he's suing them for defamation, and they're like, oh, what do you want from us? You know, we took out the section. You know, a lot of these mainstream platforms, if they can just blast blatant lies with shoddy research and shoddy journalism, and then, you know, a few days later they get called out, or a few months later, and all they do is quietly remove it from their web-based article, right? They don't write retractions anymore like they used to back in the day. But according to this article, the Wall Street Journal, looks like they might be suffering some real consequences, you know, from this shoddy journalism. And it's all about, hey, let's figure out a way to cast some doubt and some FUD on the crypto market. Well, maybe they'll regret that. Kenny mentioned that my wife is from Indonesia. He is correct. We met online. I lived in Indonesia for about 2 years. I was an English teacher over there. We met, we got married, and now we live here in the U.S. And this is an article about Indonesia wanting to change their dual taxation on crypto. Indonesia, apparently, I think one of the main gists of this article is that they expect a lot of activity in the crypto market. Cryptocurrencies will become a part of the financial sector. We expect a commitment from the Directorate General of Taxes to evaluate these taxes. In other words, they're sort of, the government policy is a bit overtaxing of Bitcoin and crypto transactions. They tax them twice, once as capital gains and then another on this 0.11 VAT on crypto transactions. So looks like Indonesia is looking to be a little more attractive to crypto investors now. Interesting stuff. Funny, when I lived in Indonesia, which was back in 2007 to like 2010 somewhere, it was interesting that from what my understanding was that they had an income tax, but that hardly anyone paid it, and they didn't have a very good enforcement mechanism. It was just kind of, and so because people just sort of blew off paying their taxes, they had this weird thing which they called an exit tax, which my wife and I had to pay in order to leave the country. So they're like, if you go to an international airport and you're ready to leave the country, they hit you with this like exit fee, they called it. And I think that was to make up for the fact that no one paid their income tax. But this is different. This is for traders and whatever. So I think things have changed in Indonesia since I left. But thanks for bringing that up, Kenny. It's like human interest story there. Another legal thing going on, SEC overstepping bounds in the Kraken lawsuit. The SEC's facade of being the gatekeeper against crypto is slowly starting to fall apart, or quickly, however you want to do it. State attorney generals argue that, and that's my Malwarebytes objecting to my Monero wallet. It does not like it, not one bit. State attorney generals argue that the SEC is trying to claim jurisdiction that rightfully belongs to the states. Exceeded its authority in suing the crypto exchange Kraken. So now the SEC is in the crosshairs. Right, very interesting. Another one that Kenny sent me, the one I was thinking about, U.S. lawmakers advance resolution to get banks in on crypto custody. Apparently, the SEC passed some sort of resolution or guidelines that prevented banks from getting in on crypto custody. And so the House Financial Services Committee is voting to overturn that SEC guideline so that banks can get in on the crypto custody game. Right? So, things are getting heated when Congress starts to take action. They're probably getting pressure from these banks, So another interesting story. I think I'm done. Wait, am I done? Yeah, no, wait. Yeah, I think I'm done. Wow, that's a lot of news, guys. All right. So Scott's here, Dan's here. Good to have you guys here tonight. Let me just quickly... and I didn't even cover Ethereum much. Ethereum's been hitting 52-week highs. I didn't cover meme coins. Meme coins have been going nuts with Shiba Inu and Trump coin, or MAGA coin, they call it. Floki. All kinds of crazy stuff going on in crypto. Wow. Let me catch up on the chat here. I just want to catch up real quick. Used AVAX with Ledger, but didn't see it on Ledger Live. You can see AVAX in Ledger Live. Let's go here. But there are certain things you cannot see. Now, we had talked a little bit about, and I don't think I have an AVAX account here. Let me do this. Yeah, I'll just, someone mentioned, I get this a lot. I get a lot. People think that if they can't see it in Ledger Live, it's not there. And they're just kind of stuck on this. And they think like, oh, I just put a crypto using a third-party wallet, but I don't see it in Ledger Live. So they think it's not there. Oh my God, I can't see it in Ledger Live. Ledger Live does not support all of the cryptos out there. And there are a lot of apps in Ledger Live that require third-party wallets. So no, you are not going to see it in Ledger Live. Let me give you a quick example. Cosmos. Okay, we can look at Cosmos in my Ledger Live, and then we can look at Cosmos over in Kepler. All right, so in Kepler, I have several Cosmos-based tokens that I can manage using the Kepler wallet. This is the exact same wallet that my Ledger Live sees. Ledger Live can see my Atom balance, but they can't see anything else. So if you can, let's see, in Kepler Wallet, Cosmos. I'm trying to get the Cosmos balance if I can. Well, yeah, it's a little difficult here, isn't it? Okay, there it is. I'm sorry. The Atom balance is 7.26, and that's the exact same. Ledger Live is showing me the total. I'm sorry, right here. Ledger Live shows me my total, which includes my staking. There's the available balance, 7.26, which is the exact same balance we see in Kepler. So using my Ledger device, I can manage tokens using third-party wallets, such as AVAX. But they're not going to show up in Ledger Live. I'm going to disconnect this. I've got this other Ledger device here. I'm going to connect it real quick because I have some AVAX on here. This just kind of goes into that whole multiple wallets. I think, I don't know if I got the whole thought out, but if you have multiple cryptos and you're managing with different wallets and whatever, it makes it so much easier when you have a Ledger device that can sort of keep track of everything for you. Let's turn this on. There's some AVAX on here. We'll go in there. And let me see if I can find this thing. Now I forget the name of that wallet. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. Whoops. I don't want that. What was this thing called? Core. Okay, there it is. All right, let me get into Core here. Okay, just so you can see. Okay. All right, I need to be in the Avalanche app, and it's ready. And whatever. Okay. All right, so I need to connect there it is. All right. So there is the Avalanche in Core. And if we go, how can I go to Core? Here, Core Web. All right, I've got all this great advanced stuff where I can see different chains and different tokens and whatnot, and stake and do all kinds of cool stuff. But in Ledger Live, in order to let's add an AVAX account. This particular device is the account from this device is not in here, but I can easily connect my device and add it, and there's that Avalanche. And so in this way, I can see the Avalanche in Ledger Live, but you have to add the Avalanche account. You know, you have to have the Avalanche app on your device, and you have to connect your device and choose Add Account and choose AVAX. But notice that all I can do in Ledger Live is see my balance, and I do see one of my tokens, but I can't stake, I can't do anything advanced unless I use a third-party wallet like Core, which has all kinds of advanced features that allow me to interact with this wallet. And it's the exact same wallet, right? Because the private key is being stored on the device. All right, can I close all of these? I'm just getting, I'm getting tab overload here. Yeah, well, hello everyone. Let me see what everyone's here talking about. Oh my gosh, there's a lot of people talking. Crypto Otis, thank you so much for that donation. I appreciate it. Looks like it was your first time. I do appreciate that so much. I don't know if you had a question, but I want to thank you for that, and thank you for being here tonight. My gosh, Ski is the gateway for new live pairs. AVAX is on Ledger Live. Yeah, I think I showed that. You can see it on Ledger Live. Okay. I can't transfer Bitcoin Cash out of my Trezor One. It tells me error occurred every time. Any idea why? Not off the top of my head. You could always try reinstalling your Trezor Suite on a different computer, maybe a laptop, and setting up your device, getting your device connected. You could try rebooting your computer. You could try deleting Trezor Suite and reinstalling it. I think I said that. Try a different cable. Try a different USB port. A lot of people don't realize that crypto and hardware devices are just like any other USB device that you might have on your computer. Your webcam, your mic, your printer, your keyboard. If things aren't working, sometimes it's a USB issue. You got too many USB devices attached. You can troubleshoot. You can disconnect all your USB devices. Try just your Trezor. I mean, there's like, use your tools that you've developed over the years for your USB devices when it comes to your crypto devices. Don't just throw up your hands and go, gee, I got a weird message. Why can't someone tell me what's happening here? Do a little troubleshooting. Try it on, and the big one is try it on a different machine. All right. A lot of people, they get all caught up and they think that their crypto is on the machine. It's not on your machine, especially if you're using a hardware wallet. I mean, if you're using a hot wallet, yes, the private key is stored on your machine. But if you're using a hardware wallet, the private key is on the device. You can connect your device to a different machine, a different laptop, go over and borrow your neighbors or your friends or your moms or your dads or whatever, and you can install Ledger Live or Trezor Suite on their machine. They're not going to be able to steal your crypto. They might be able to see it, but you can always uninstall it after you leave, just so you can troubleshoot, right? So everything you need is on the device. Worst case scenario, get another device and restore using your seed phrase, right? There's always a way to deal with this kind of stuff, all right? There will be glitches, trust me. All right, let's see. Is it possible to stake ETH with Trezor? Not that I'm aware of. Although there might be, you might be able to do it in Lido on their website with a Trezor device. Yeah, stake Ethereum. I think they want you to connect a wallet, and you might be able to. Okay, yeah. I don't see Trezor here, but you might be able to do it with MetaMask, because MetaMask does support Trezor devices, right? So you can see here I have a Trezor Safe 3 in my MetaMask. You can, if in MetaMask, you can add hardware wallets, right? And they support Trezor, so it looks like that Lido does support MetaMask, and so if you connect to your MetaMask account, let's see if it's going to let me do this. Oh, I'm in the wrong browser, whatever. I would have to be over here. And there is no, let's see here. Oh, okay. All right, let's connect wallet. Let's choose MetaMask. And the MetaMask is connected to the Trezor Safe 3. And so it looks like I would be able to stake from that account if I've got my Trezor Safe 3 connected and there's Ethereum in there, and we're good to go. So that might be a workaround. So it's possible, but I don't believe it's supported directly in Trezor Suite. So if we go into Trezor Suite, I don't believe they have Ethereum staking. But let's check here real quick. Yeah, I don't see stake over here. I don't see. Oh, here, staking. Wait. Maybe I missed it. No, I don't see it directly in Trezor Suite. So, yeah, Solana, no staking. Cardano, they have staking. Oh, it's not active. Okay, they don't. I thought they did. They had the word over there, but yeah. All right. So, yeah, if you want to stake Ethereum that's in your Trezor device, then it looks like you could possibly go to the Lido website and stake Ether that's in this account, right? There's 0 Ethereum in this particular account. But as I mentioned, right, it's connecting to my MetaMask, and my MetaMask is connected, has a Trezor-based account, right? Trying to get to your questions here. Have you used swap through Ledger Live? Wanted to swap Doge to BCC before I went to Reddit and read nothing but bad things. Wanted to see if you've used it before. Thank you. I don't really particularly like the swap within Ledger Live. So we're in Ledger Live here. If we go down here to the swap feature, there are certain things you can and cannot swap. Looks like they don't do, what do they allow? Okay, so there's Solana. I could swap a Solana to Bitcoin or whatever, and then I'll just do max here. But they use third parties, right? You're not doing it in Ledger Live. I've said this so many times. People think that when you swap within Ledger Live, that it's somehow anonymous and you're not connecting to anything. But you cannot swap cryptos on a wallet. Because it may seem simple. You can swap. It seems like, oh, I've got this in my wallet. I've got that in my wallet. Why can't I just swap on my wallet? A swap requires some sort of liquidity and market maker mechanism, right? Crypto wallets do not allow swaps natively. So when you do swaps in Ledger Live, you are using a third-party service under the hood. And in this case, they're using CIC, but in some cases, they might be using 1inch or Changely, and there have been a lot of complaints on Reddit on Changely, and they call it a scam, but it's not really a scam. It's these third-party services are usually based in Europe, and they have a lot of requirements. And if they think that you're doing something fraudulent, they will hold your crypto hostage, waiting for you to prove that you're not money laundering or whatever. It's just like. I've said this so many times, and I've said this so many times tonight. If you want to swap crypto, then your best bet, rather than thinking that you're doing something sort of clandestinely or under the hood, or you're not going to get taxed, or whatever you think is going to happen if you do this within Ledger Live, you're much, 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 much better off using an above-board crypto exchange like Coinbase, Kraken, Gemini, Binance US, any of these US-based exchanges that are regulated in the US, that you can reach someone if you have a problem. All this stuff that people are talking about on Reddit is people trying to deal with Changely, and Changely's like, hey, we think there's something suspicious going on. You prove otherwise, and we'll give you your crypto back, right? So, I'm not a huge fan of any of the trading, swapping, buying features that are featured in Ledger Live, because they're just doing third-party stuff under the hood. Enough said about that, right? If you want to swap crypto, store it in your own wallet, swap it on an exchange. Now, that's oversimplified a little bit. There are ways of getting around that, but if you're just a newcomer, you're much better off doing your trades in swap. And thank you for that, Simon. I appreciate that. Please do your trades and swaps on above board US-based exchanges if you're in the US, right? It's going to save you a lot of heartache, right? Yeah, Tangem, good stuff. Yeah, I did want to do something with Tangem. And speaking of doing weird stuff, I wanted to do something kind of cool tonight, which we haven't done. Let's see if our Monero wallet is synced up. Yeah, it has. I don't know that I want to put anything in the Monero wallet or move any of the Monero today. But I kind of wanted to point out the thing about Monero is that it's relatively fast and cheap to use. A lot of people complain about Bitcoin being too slow and expensive. And the same with Ethereum. But there are a lot of blockchains out there like Monero and Solana and Polygon that are very fast and cheap to use. So I just kind of want to put that out there that just because Bitcoin fees are high, just because Ethereum fees are high, doesn't mean that it's like that with every crypto. And that's why there are a lot of different cryptos out there. Blockchain technology can be applied in lots of different ways. Bitcoin is the granddaddy of all the cryptos. It's become more of a store of value than an easily tradable and fast payment method. But that doesn't mean that there aren't other blockchains out there trying to sort of get that same, there's a term I'm trying to use, but I can't think of what it is. Do what Bitcoin wanted to do, right, originally, which was just be an easy way to transfer value, a decentralized currency, right? It's more of a commodity now. But anyway, let's do that thing, and let's use Bitcoin. I wanted to do the Tangem Wallet. Oh, is my mic muted or something? I just want to see what these... Oh my, that's a scam. Oh, okay, yeah, I get it. I know what's going on. Okay. Yeah, this is kind of interesting. Typical scam, text scam that's trying to tell me that, there's money that I should be claiming and just kind of stuff. You're going to get a lot of this in crypto too. And then people blame crypto. And we're like, wait a minute, it happens all the time on our phones. It happens on our, I don't even answer my telephone anymore. I get so many scam calls and so many, just people trying to rip you off on the phone. And then why blame crypto? It's just human nature. Let's go into our Tangem wallet. All right. So I've got some Tron-based Tether in this wallet. I've talked about this before. The Tron-based Tether, I get that as a payment. People pay me that way because it's cheap and fast, right? But I have an issue trying to cash it out if I need to cash out. But what we're going to do tonight is we're going to take this Tron-based Tether and do a little fun transaction with it. Yeah. Here I was talking about Coinbase, but I discovered this cryptocurrency exchange the other day called StealthEX. And StealthEX works very similar to the way that whatever, this thing, CIC works. If you're not familiar with this, now you got to have nerves of steel for these, because basically what you do is you send them crypto and they'll send you back whatever you want to swap. So in other words, if I send them 1 Bitcoin, they're going to send me back 18 Ethereum. And then the way it works is you tell them your Ethereum address. Okay, let's get that address real quick. All right, you give them an address, and then they're like, okay, send us 1 Bitcoin. and we'll send you the Ethereum. So yeah, it requires nerves of steel. But I found this other one, StealthEX, very similar. But what's cool about this one is they will accept, let's switch it, right? We want to get Bitcoin. They will accept Tether, Tron-based Tether. And they can, and Monero too. Interesting. So let's do Tether. Notice they accept Tron-based Tether. So I'm like, oh, okay, well, there's the minimum. Let's send them, let's just do a small test. Let's say I'll send them 50. All right, I'll send them 50 US Tether-based Tron, and they will send me Bitcoin. So the first thing they want is my Bitcoin address. I'm sure of that. So we'll go over to accounts. We'll go down to Bitcoin main. And they should support native SegWit addresses, I would think. The ones that start with BC1. We'll see what happens. Let's see. So let's go ahead. We'll say, okay, I'll send you 50 Tether, Tron-based Tether, and you'll send me 0.00061,728 Bitcoin. Let's hit Start Exchange. The fees are going to be high. This is going to be slow, but I don't have to sign up for anything. That's kind of cool. So they want my Bitcoin address. Let's see if they support native SegWit addresses. I think so. All right, let's hit next. All right, I've read the term of service. That's the address. Let's double check that. Looks good to me. Let's hit next. All right, now they're waiting for me to deposit. Now you want to grab this exchange ID in case anything goes wrong, right? You want to just drop that in a text file or whatever you want to do there. I'm just going to get a little text file open and just paste that little ID in there in case I need it. All right, I'll just save that. All right, now they've given me this Tron address. Now let's just take a look here. Let's move this over slightly. And so they want me to send 50 Tron to this little address here. Let's go into the Tron Tether. And yeah, US Tether Tron TCR20. Let's hit send, and let's scan that address. This is the Tangem app. There's the address. Works. Now let's say I want to send 50 Tron. I'm sorry, Tether. I keep saying Tron. Tether. It is Tron-based Tether. Okay, let's get that one out of the way. All right, I've got my card here. Right? The Tangem app requires the card. The private key is on the card. Uses NFC technology, near field communication. So I cannot use this app to send crypto out unless I have the card. So let's hit send. It wants me to bring the card to the back of my phone. So I will do that. Hold it there for a second or two, and success. Now, it might take a bit for this to go through completely, but we're fairly early on, so I think within the hour we should get the Bitcoin in our wallet. That'll be fun, right? Wanted to do that for you guys. The Tron has gone out, right? And now I have less Tron. That's good. And then I'm just kind of, you'll notice there it says awaiting deposit. So we'll just kind of keep this window open. Now, if I lose this window, I have this exchange ID. So I can just open up a new instance of this StealthEX and paste in that exchange ID to figure out what the status of my transaction is. Let's see. Well, we'll just leave this up here while I'm talking. In Coinbase, if I want to sell my crypto once it hits a given price, can I set that ahead of time? Thanks. Yes. I'm not a big expert on that, but it can be done. If you go into your Coinbase account, whoops. They have trading features. Now, I believe if you want to do what you're talking about, which is like a stop trade or a limit trade or whatever, you'll want to be in the Coinbase Advanced, right? So normally when you go into Coinbase, it kind of looks like this. They do have trades, which are like over here. But I think if you want to use like the advanced trading stuff, you need to click over here on the top right, go to the advanced, and then pull up the trading pair that you're interested in, Bitcoin, US dollar, or they got SHIB is number one, right? I guess SHIB is going nuts. I don't even want to talk about meme coins. I don't have time. Right here, you can do your limit stuff, like a limit trade. You decide, you know, I'm just not, I don't have the patience for this. But yeah, you can say, okay, I want to trade it at a certain price, and then, you know, you have to commit to the trade ahead of time, and then you can tell it how long you're willing to wait or whatever. You can do it unlimited or whatever. The only problem with this kind of thing, I've had this before, is where, you know, your trade may just die because the price you're looking for never comes. So let's say you say, okay, I want to buy, you know, $1,000 worth of Bitcoin when it hits 50,000, right? So you put that in there. Well, Bitcoin may dip down to, you know, 52 or 51,000, but if it never dips down to 50,000, your limit trade will not go through, and it'll just like expire or whatever. I like market because it happens right away, and then I'm done and I can get out of all this. But if you're a professional trader, there are advanced features in Coinbase Advanced if that's what you're after. You know, while we're over here, let's buy some Bitcoin for the heck of it. Actually, let's buy Ethereum, right? We go to the Ethereum trading pair, and if I want to buy some Ethereum for the US dollar pair, I need some US dollar in here, right? If we go over to regular Coinbase and we say, you know what, I'd like to buy some Ethereum, and I want to buy $50 worth of Ethereum, it's going to cost me $1.99, right? It's simpler to use, but kind of expensive. You get that merchant charge, and you're going to have your withdrawal charge when you go to withdraw it from Coinbase. So let's go to advanced. Let's drop $50 in here from my Chase Bank. I've got my Chase Bank connected. It's instant and it's free. We'll hit add cash. Now, depending on how long you've had the account, how much trades you make, that kind of stuff, you might have limits on your transactions that I don't have. First of all, I'm doing kind of small stuff, and I've had this account for a long time, so they're aware of my trading habits or my crypto habits, so they're going to allow me to withdraw this Ethereum right away. Now, I haven't bought the Ethereum yet, right? We're still in the trading pair. We want to do market, and we want to do max, right? Because we just dropped that $50 in the account, right? So I have $50 to play with. I'll go ahead and buy the Ethereum at market, which means whatever the current price is, it's just going to execute the trade. I could do this limit stuff, but I'm just not experienced with that. We'll hit buy ETH. Should happen right away. We'll go back to portfolio. Let's do a quick refresh, and there's the Ethereum. Now let's withdraw it to our own wallet. Let's go back over here. We want to keep an eye on this Bitcoin. We should have Bitcoin coming in fairly soon, but let's move. Let's do our Ethereum real quick. Here's Ethereum main. Let's do receive. Let's get our Ethereum address. And we best practice is to do the hardware check. So let's double check to make sure that this account, let me cancel this. It was asking me for Bitcoin because we had wants me to open the Ethereum app. So it's a best practice to do this. Oh, I have the wrong device attached. This is the other device that has the AVAX on it. So Ledger Live remembers, even though maybe I don't. All right, so now I'm going to connect my go-to device. I need to enter my PIN here real quick. Okay. And another thing that I'll point out, well, let's just go ahead and hit retry here. All right, it wants me to open the Ethereum app again. And this time, everything's copacetic because I have the right device attached, right? There's that Ethereum address. Let's go over here. Oh, okay. So they got my Tron. And and now they're sending the Bitcoin to my wallet. So we should see that Bitcoin come in pretty soon. Let's go back here to Coinbase. Let's hit transfer. We'll do send crypto. And we'll choose the Ethereum. Well, it's already chosen, actually. Let's send max. If you have a lot of Ethereum, please do small tests to make sure. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's verify that address, right? There's the address, right? I'll copy it into my clipboard. We'll confirm on the device. We'll go back over to Coinbase. Now we've confirmed that that is the correct address. All right, we need to paste in that address. Oh, we're going to use the Ethereum network because we bought the Ethereum. If I used Avalanche address, then it would send it out as Avalanche-based Ethereum, and it wouldn't show up in Ledger Live. It might show up in that Avalanche wallet, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to just send it as Ethereum. It's going to cost me $3. Now this is blockchain fee, right? Now I don't know if Coinbase adds. Come on now. Oh, that's the type. Now I need to paste in the address. Okay. Which is also, I've done this before. Will it just let me do this? Okay, good. All right, they're calling it the CryptoDad's, so whatever. And then let's finish this up. $3. They might be charging me a slight premium on top of the blockchain fees, but really what they're doing is, and where are they getting this network fee if they're going to charge me $53? Huh. Okay. Well, that seems kind of weird. I don't know if this is going to work because there might be, well, I believe there is an extra 3 in here from another token, but that seems odd. I'm not sure I want to do it this way. Let's get out of this. Let's go over here. That seems kind of weird. I would think that, all right, let's do send, receive. Let's send the Ethereum. Ugh. All right, let's, again with all this, let's paste that in there. Wow, it's still, okay, whatever. All right, let's max it out at 50. Still going to charge me $3, and the total is 50, right? So it's going to subtract the $3 out of my 50, so I'm not going to get the whole 50. That's kind of what I wanted. I don't know what the thing was over in advance. It was going to take it out of one of my other accounts, or I don't know. Let's hit send now. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. It's only going to send me $47 worth of Ethereum. Let's hit send now. I need my 2-factor from my Google Authenticator. So there it is. I'm going to let it cycle. There it is. Off it goes. All right. Now, I can disconnect the device, right? A lot of people ask me this one. Oh, do I have to leave the device connected while I'm waiting for my transfer? No. The device simply, we just confirmed the address was correct. That's all we needed for the receive, right? So there's no reason to keep the device connected. We don't need the device connected to receive the Ethereum because it's not going into the device. It's going in onto a blockchain address. This is all happening on the blockchain. Let's see here. Okay, that was yesterday. Let's do a quick sync. And hopefully we'll see this Ethereum come in pretty quick. If we start to worry, we can go to Coinbase and say, hey, what happened to that Ethereum? Go to my assets, go to Ethereum, go to primary balance, and there's that pending outgoing Ethereum transaction, right? Still pending in Coinbase. But you can tell, you can see. Now they used to, when you clicked here, yeah, there's the address, right? So we can confirm that that is the same address of my Ethereum wallet, right? So we can double check everything from Coinbase, right? Everything's copacetic. Let's see here. What else is going on? Is that Bitcoin going to come in? It looks like, yeah, let's hit that. It might take a bit for that Bitcoin from that other exchange. Let's go back to Ethereum. Actually, the Ethereum came in there. So you can see there's the transfer from Coinbase. We just have to wait. Okay. Sorry, I was kind of caught up there. Simon, thank you so much for that donation. I appreciate it. Good to have you here. Okay, so we covered that. God bless you, CryptoDad. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Quick question. If the dollar is going to fall when our crypto goes up and we want to move them to a stable coin, which coin should we move them to? What's a good suggestion? Well, stable coins will be tied to the value of the US dollar. So a dollar is a dollar. Now, if the value of the dollar falls, which means things get more expensive, that's called inflation, it really won't matter which stablecoin you're using, because if most stablecoins are tied to the price of the US dollar. So if you've got your gains or, parked in a stablecoin, and the value of the dollar goes down, that just means that your stablecoin will buy less Bitcoin than it would have due to inflation, right? Or Bitcoin will be more expensive. But that, it doesn't really matter, because the price of Bitcoin based on US dollar, it doesn't, it doesn't really take into account inflation, although it does in a sense, right? So as far as stable coins go, the US dollar coin is owned by Circle, which owns Coinbase. So strictly speaking, on Coinbase, the US dollar coin is much more flexible. Coinbase supports a lot of types of US dollar coin. Ethereum-based US dollar coin, Polygon-based US dollar coin, Avalanche-based US dollar. I'm not sure about Avalanche, to be honest with you. But it does support a lot of stablecoin or a lot of chains, right? So, for example, if I want to drop in some US dollar coin, they support it on multiple networks, right? Oh, I guess they can only drop. Oh, here, up. I'm sorry, up at the top, right? You have all these different chains that they support for US dollar coin. They don't with Tether, right? But I don't know what country you're in, but Tether is pretty flexible. You saw me using that Tron-based Tether. Coinbase does not support Tron-based US dollar coin or Tether or any other. Let's say we want to drop in some USDT. They only, if you want to receive it, pardon me, they only support ERC20 based Tether, right? There's no other networks, and it's rather expensive to use on the Ethereum network. So as far as flexibility, I would say US dollar coin is better if you're in the US. It just depends. Like if you're out of the country, you have access to Binance. I think Binance supports all kinds of different Tether chains, right? And so does Binance US, by the way. Let's see here. Let's go back to that, this one. It still says it's sending to my wallet. It might be a while. They're going to send me that Bitcoin. I don't see it in a Ledger Live yet. Oh, yeah, it's there. Boom. Pow. That was cool. Hang on. Oh, let me close this. Oy. Oh, God. I have so many of these. Show less. Thank you. Transaction. Okay, so we've got Ethereum coming in, and we've got Bitcoin coming in. We only got $42 worth of Bitcoin, though, out of that $50 of Tron Tether. This was just kind of an experiment, but as you can see, the fees were really high on that. But I'm just trying to point out kind of the flexibility of crypto, right? There are ways of swapping crypto that you might, as a workaround. I'm probably not going to use that for my Tether conversions because I lost like $7 on that transaction, basically. Now, another thing to consider is that $42 worth of Bitcoin in the next few months might be worth $60. So I won't care about that $7 unless I want to, like, live in the past and go, oh man, if I hadn't paid that $7 fee, it would have been worth like $70. I mean, just like you're just gonna tear yourself up over fees and things like that. But in the grander scheme of things, that $5 fee that you paid to, when you bought your Bitcoin and you transferred it into your wallet is not really gonna, make a whole lot of difference, when Bitcoin, does a 2x or a 3x, whatever. Just try to keep things in perspective. So we did a couple of successful transfers. I like that. Alfinium, I don't know about that coin, and I don't really do coin evaluations. Yeah, so that was Kerwindell Ministries. Thank you for your question. As I mentioned, I would say U.S. dollar coin if you're in the U.S. It's more flexible. Oh, okay. Yeah, Dan even answered that. So stable coins can drop in value if U.S. dollar drops in value? Technically speaking, yes. If let's say that I have CZQ, thank you for that subscription. Let's say that I have $50 in stablecoin, and I put it there last year, and then I want to go to the grocery store and buy some steaks. Well, that $50 in stablecoin that I put in there last year isn't going to buy me the same number of steaks that I could have bought last year because of inflation. Right? So U.S. stablecoin suffers from inflation as well. let's say, you know, I just wanted to cash out that $50 in stablecoin for $50 US, it's affected by the same inflation that affects the US dollar, right? $50 today is not going to buy me the same amount of steaks that I could have gotten last year because of inflation. The price of steaks has gone up, right? You go to the grocery store to buy steaks. You know, if I want to buy enough steaks for a family meal, it's generally going to cost me about $40. And I'm always telling my wife, oh man, I remember I could buy for $5 I could get a thick, juicy steak and take it home and cook it. I remember back when I was single, back in my 20s and maybe in my 30s, sometimes I'd go to the grocery store and say I feel like having a steak for dinner and just buy a big fat steak for $5. Can't do that anymore, right? A thin steak costs $10, right? A thin, small steak. That's inflation. So U.S. stablecoins are affected by inflation in the same way that the U.S. dollar is, because they're pegged to the price of the U.S. dollar. Spends just like dollars. MXCE is less fees and no KYC. Same thing. Okay, let's check that one out. MXC, oh, MXCE. Okay, MXCE. Interesting. Oh, wait. Hang on. MXCE. Oh, they're saying... This is MEX. Did you mean to say MEXC when you said that? Oh, here. I think this is MXCE. No, it's SoundCloud. Let's try this. MXCE crypto. Okay. I'm not sure which one you were talking about, Cirrus. I think you were talking about MEXC. But that's, where does it say? No KYC. Okay. Well, yes and no. I can't access MEXC from the U.S. unless I use a VPN, right? So it's a little more... Yeah. So yeah, I mean, this was kind of convenient and allowed me to do a trade using Tron-based Tether, which is kind of cool, but the fees were pretty high. All right. Now that included a trading fee and a transfer fee. So the Bitcoin transfer on a small amount of Bitcoin is kind of high right now. So for example, I don't know that I can do this one at the moment because it's not gonna, okay. But if I wanted to send this Bitcoin, and let's say, let's grab an address here. Let's say I want to receive Bitcoin. There's that Bitcoin address. If we go here and paste in that Bitcoin address and try to send it all, whoops, oh, it hasn't confirmed yet, so it's not going to let me do that. I was just going to say the Bitcoin fees on that might be $5, right? I did a video the other day on save on Bitcoin and Ethereum transfer fees. You can check your transfer fee from your wallet before you do a send. And I believe I did some demos there of, say, a $50 transfer. Let me just turn the sound off here real quick.
Hey guys, CryptoDad here again.
Wait. Yeah. Whoops. I'm still talking. Okay, there. There was 1,000 that I was going to send, and it was $13 in fee. And then when I took it down to, well, maybe it didn't. Oh, I think I did some here. There, I did the same thing. For $100 worth of Bitcoin, you can't read that here, but I can. It's $4.99. So this little transaction that we did, the bulk of what I lost was due to the Bitcoin fee, which was probably around $5, maybe a little more. So, you know, we're like, oh, we lost Bitcoin on that deal because we only got $42 worth of Bitcoin. Most of that was due to the transfer fee of the Bitcoin from them to me, right? So you have to keep that in mind. That is an overhead that we have to deal with self-custody. But would you rather pay some fees in order to, you know, have control of your Bitcoin, or would you rather lose complete access to all of your Bitcoin on Coinbase when Bitcoin's hitting new highs, like what happened on Wednesday? You choose, right? You want to save money? Keep all your crypto on Coinbase and don't use self-custody. But you might regret that when you want access to your Bitcoin and Coinbase is glitched, right? So you choose which one, you know? Everything costs money. Now, and we talked a little bit, you know, we've talked a lot. Bitcoin blockchain fees are high. Bitcoin hasn't really scaled the way we would have liked it to. If you played around with Bitcoin in 2016, like I did, Bitcoin was fast and cheap back then. Tay Rich, thank you for that subscription. It's not anymore, due to its popularity, right? But we talked about alternate blockchains like Monero, Polygon, Solana, which are cheap and fast, right? But they aren't Bitcoin. But sad to say that Bitcoin fees are rather high right now. So yeah, we lost like $7 on that. There was probably a trading fee, and then of course there was the Bitcoin transfer fee, which was probably around $5 or $6. Right? So the bulk of that loss was due to the transfer fee, if you want to call it a loss, right? Please, what about Lightning Chain to withdraw BTC? If you're using and I don't believe that Ledger Live supports Bitcoin Lightning Network, but really if you have a Lightning compatible wallet for Bitcoin, the main hit is going to come when you fund your channel, right? I don't have any Bitcoin in the Electrum Bitcoin wallet, but it is an open source wallet that supports the Lightning Network, right? They have channels. But you're going to pay a premium to get your Bitcoin in there. So the way that the Lightning Network works is if you have a compatible wallet, you can send your Bitcoin into the channel. And then once you've done that, then if you're interacting only on the Bitcoin Lightning Network, you have it's fast and has cheap fees within the Lightning Network. Now, if you want to get it in, then you're paying a normal Bitcoin transfer fee. So getting it in is where you're going to take the hit. And then maybe getting it back out again is where if you're going to pull it back out of the channel, back to regular Bitcoin. But the idea of the Bitcoin Lightning Network is that you're going to have that one-time Bitcoin fee to get it into the channel, and then you're going to have cheap, fast Bitcoin transactions. Because Bitcoin Lightning is Bitcoin, right? It's just in a different mode that allows cheap and fast trades and transfers. So once you're in the channel, then you can use your Lightning wallet for Lightning transactions cheap and fast. You just got to find someone else that supports Lightning. And more people will do that as time goes by. Fees reduce capital gains tax when taking profits. They are worth it. That's interesting. Thank you, Asil. Got caught in the middle of a family convo. D. Cecil. Assume person X loses first wallet and has its recovery phrase. Okay. X obtains second wallet with his own recovery phrase. How does X recover crypto associated with the first wallet onto the second wallet? Well, the terms you're using aren't as precise as I would like, but let me rephrase it a little bit. Person X has device, number one. Person X loses device, number one, right? His wallet is intact, right? His wallet is out there on the blockchain. Person X buys device number two. How does person X recover wallet from seed phrase that was on device number one and now he wants it on device number two? Well, you do what's called a restore, and I have a lot of videos on how to do restore. Let's just assume you're talking about a ledger device. But this is my my latest video on doing a restore from a 24-word recovery phrase. I'll paste that in to the chat. That's the restore video. Now I also have let's see if we go back here. Trezor. I also have a video on doing a restore on Trezor. There you go. How to restore a Trezor from your 12 or 24 word backup phrase. I can paste that one in there. You're basically, gonna get a new device, and instead of setting it up as a new device, you do a restore using your 12 or 24 word recovery phrase. That recovery phrase has all of the information about the wallet, right? You were talking about a wallet, right, that was on one device, and you lost device number one, so now you went out and bought a new device, device number two, and you want the same wallet on that new device. Well, that's what the restore process does. I buy an amount of BTC in Ledger Live with PayPal, but the amount is not reflected. What can I do? Not sure what you mean there. I think what you're trying to say is somehow in Ledger Live, you went to the buy feature and you used PayPal. Compare providers. Let's say we want to do 100, and you use PayPal, and then you made your purchase, and you have to log into your PayPal account, you have to make your purchase. I guess it will automatically go from PayPal into your Ledger device. I haven't done this yet, but I'm assuming there's going to be quite a bit of overhead concerned, because not only will you have your trading fee and your PayPal fee, you're going to have your withdrawal fee, your blockchain fees to get it from their servers into your wallet. Like I think we talked about this earlier. I've said this so many times. It's not really happening in the wallet, right? People think, well, it's just happening in the wallet, so why am I getting all these fees? It's not. You're buying it somewhere else, and then you're transferring it from there to your wallet. It just sort of happens seamlessly, and probably using PayPal is probably not the best way to do this, right? Open a Coinbase account and get much faster, lower fees. There are lots of cryptocurrency exchanges out there that specialize in this sort of thing. PayPal is trying to get into the game, but they charge really high fees and transfers. So I would not recommend using PayPal within Ledger Live. You're going to, and something could go wrong from PayPal, from Ledger. PayPal may flag it. They think it's fraudulent. It's like so many weird things could happen in between, you paying and it getting in your wallet. Although it's designed to make it a seamless transaction. You say it doesn't reflect. I don't know if that means you're not seeing it at all, or you're not seeing the exact same amount of Bitcoin that you thought you were getting because of the fees. Yeah. G-Name, G-Man No Name. A little bit late, but late to the party, but that's okay. Now, if we do log into my Coinbase, or I'm sorry, my PayPal. Oh, yeah, I gotta put in my. Oh, this mic is driving me nuts too. Okay. Okay, let's do that. Oh, I don't think I want to do this. I don't want you guys to see all my PayPal stuff. But I can show you quickly on my phone. Let's do that. That's not too bad. You can see my PayPal balance. Whoops, Face ID. So you can see in PayPal, if we go to finances, they have your PayPal balance, your saving balance, I don't know what the hell that is, and your crypto balance. So I have some Bitcoin in my PayPal account. But if I were to try to withdraw it from PayPal, I would probably get hit with a pretty big transfer fee. I could send it to someone. That's kind of weird. Yeah. Yeah, PayPal is not the ideal place to buy in, crypto, because it's just, I don't know. Yeah. Use Coinbase. Much easier. All right, and now Coinbase should have a zero balance. That Bitcoin still hasn't confirmed, but it is in the wallet, but we can't really use it. I'm going to disconnect this and connect this other wallet that actually already has some Bitcoin in it, so that we can do a quick, let's just look at how much the Bitcoin fee is going to be for $50 worth of Bitcoin. First, I need to. And another thing I was going to mention is that this device is not really represented in this copy of Ledger Live. But if you were having issues, you could have easily attached this device to, like say this is I'm Jimmy John, and I'm having issues on my computer with my device, right? When I try to send something, it won't work, it won't connect or whatever. And so Jimmy John comes over and says, hey, CryptoDad, can I use your computer to test my device and make sure everything's copacetic? And then I can determine whether it's my device or my computer. And I'd say, sure. So Jimmy John connects his device to my computer. I already have Ledger Live installed, and so he goes through the process of, we can do it over here. It's not a big deal. Well, let's see, where is it? No. Okay, maybe it's not here. Oh, help. Okay, device setup. We're going to launch the device setup. Let's connect a new Ledger Nano X, and then connect Ledger Nano X to my Ledger Live. It's going to run the genuine check on this device. And then I have to authorize that. All right. Oh, what? I keep getting this Malwarebytes thing because I'm running the Monero wallet. It just does not like the Monero wallet. Gets, stop. Oh my gosh. Maybe I should just close the Monero wallet. It's just being irritating. Yeah, let's just close it. I thought I was going to do something with it tonight, but I decided not to. Okay, so let's get rid of this ad. All right, it puts me into Ledger Live. It shows me the apps that are on this device. I'm sorry, my Ledger, which you can't see. It's behind. Oh, no, you can't see it. Okay. Let's go back to accounts. Let's say add account. Let's say Bitcoin. Continue. And now the whole, it's not connecting to Ledger Live thing, right? Well, you're using your device and my cable probably. Let's open Bitcoin app. And lo and behold, it works. Oh, gee, maybe there's something wrong with Jimmy John's computer. Maybe his cable is bad. Maybe his USB ports are bad. Maybe, his machine is like not got the right software glitch. There's a million things could be wrong with your computer that's causing issues in Ledger Live, right? You're not running the latest version of Ledger, all kinds of weird stuff, right? So let's call this one Bitcoin JJ because this is Jimmy John's device, right? Jimmy John just wants to see if his device will connect using my computer because something's glitching over on his end, right? Let's hit add account. And then Jimmy John says, wow, that's amazing. My device connected to your computer, CryptoDad. So what do you think's wrong? And I'll say, I don't know, but it's most likely your computer and not your device. All right. So there's Jimmy John's Bitcoin. Let's see what happens when we try to send to Coinbase. That $50 worth of Bitcoin. What's it going to be in Ledger Live? All right, let's paste in that address. Let's hit continue. Let's say we want to send $50 worth of Bitcoin. Oh, it's only $2.37 right now. So yeah, the fee that we got from these guys seems rather excessive. Okay, now they're telling me it was successful. They didn't really give me a whole lot of information, did they? The output hash, let's see what that does. Yeah, it's kind of hard. I mean, Bitcoin Explorers are a little tricky. And that was like, they bundled that with a whole bunch of other transactions, but yeah, I don't, oh, this is mine. Okay, let's look at this. That's just looking at my address, actually. But here's the transaction hash. We'll go. It's going to take me back to this. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I can't really pinpoint it, but I got kind of screwed on that transaction, right? We ended up paying like $7.50 because we sent them 50 Tether, and we only got back like 40, well, not that one. We only got back like 42.49. So yeah, maybe not my go-to place, but we did avoid KYC, right? And they were able to use my Tron. So I guess that's one good thing about it. Let's see. All right. Waiting for confirmation. Hi, Dan. When do you think BTC will hit all-time highs? All-time high in 30 countries. All-time high here in Australia. Oh, that's interesting. Yes, there was also a story that I did not cover tonight that was Bitcoin is hitting highs all over the world. I think it was CoinDesk. Yeah, and MAGA coin. Let me see if I can find that story. I'm sure I'm not going to be able to find it. Oh, Kenny sent it to me. I can find it from Kenny. Oh, here. Headlines. Here you go, Kenny. Kenny. Oh, actually, it was that one from yesterday. Come on, where is it? Okay. Here we go. Ah, there you go. See? Kenny to the rescue. Bitcoin is hitting all-time highs around the world. The U.S. economy and its dollar has enjoyed relative strength over the past few years. While Bitcoin remains shy of its November 2021 all-time high in U.S. dollar terms, it has already breached record highs in local currencies in many markets around the globe. Interesting. Very interesting. Hello, can I restore Trezor 3 with a passphrase on another Trezor 3 with passphrase? Yes. Okay, so basically what you do is you go through the restore process. Let me I have one of these videos pulled up already, right? I have this Trezor restore video, right? You buy your new Trezor. You restore using the seed phrase of your original Trezor, and then you enter your passphrase, and you'll have access to that crypto. The whole idea of the passphrase is you take a configuration, and then you add a passphrase to which basically creates a new configuration, an empty configuration, based on that passphrase. Well, that configuration will still be there if you lose that device, restore another device, and then re-enter that same passphrase, just like you did on the first configuration. That restored device will still be able to access the passphrase configuration after you enter your passphrase. So restore your device and enter your passphrase, and you'll see your passphrase balance if you have a balance in your passphrase configuration. Right? I know it sounds a little weird, but the base configuration is the same as your original device. So all you have to do is re-enter your passphrase, and then boom, you'll have access. Right? So in other words, once you get that other device connected, let's see here. Oop-a-doop-a-doo. I have a Trezor Safe 3 here. Okay. I need to enter the PIN here real quick. Whoops. Okay, just give me a second. Okay, there it goes. All right, well, let's switch over to this guy. All right. So as you can see up here, the Trezor Safe 3 is connected. Now, let's say that I've just finished restoring this Trezor Safe 3 with my 24 or 12-word seed phrase, whichever you used. I think generally it's a 12-word on a Trezor by default. Now, all I have to do is go up here to add hidden wallet. Can it work? Will it work? Is it going to work? Come on, Rex. I know this can be done. What does this say? Oh, I'm sorry, it's here. This is the device that's connected. Hit add hidden wallet and enter the passphrase, and then you'll see your balance on the restored device. It's that simple. You access it the exact same way you accessed it on the original device, right? You just enter your secret passphrase when you log into the device, right? The restored device will know about the passphrase. I guess you could think about it that way. Yeah. Okay, so that answers J. Ed Maxis. No, it's been 2 days. Ed Maxis is having something take 2 days? Taking care of business. How can I safe transfer my BTC from PayPal to Ledger? I know I made a mistake to buy one BTC in PayPal account. Oh, it's just taking a long time to transfer? You can, Ed, you can look on PayPal's end. If you made a transfer from PayPal to Ledger, you should be able to go into your PayPal account and look at the outgoing transaction in your list of transactions. Let's see. I'll go ahead and get into my PayPal. We were going to do that earlier, weren't we? Or no, we weren't. We were like, wait, no. Well, I'll show you on my phone. In your PayPal account, even though the fees might be high and the transfers will take a while, if you go into your PayPal account, you should be able to see, or maybe not. Let's see here. Activity. Yeah, I'm not sure where the crypto activity. Now, it's been such a long time since I used that. Whoops. Okay, let's try this again. Whoops. Crypto. Yeah, I'm not sure where the crypto. Transaction history would be, to be honest with you. I thought it would be straightforward to get to it, but I mean, it's showing me right here my Bitcoin balance, but when I go into that, I don't see my transaction history. Oh wait, let's check here. Still no. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure where, but I mean, I would think that you would be able to find it somewhere in PayPal that you have an outgoing Bitcoin transaction and like documentation of that, right? And I'm sure you could call PayPal and tell them, hey, I did this transfer, and they could confirm it and all that good stuff, and maybe even confirm the address for you. I would think maybe in your PayPal history, like I said, I've had that Bitcoin in my PayPal account for like a year or so, so it's way down there. And if I did any moves or buys or whatever, I think we did a little bit of transfers, but you should be able to go into your PayPal and see the confirmation that it did go out and confirm the Bitcoin address of your ledger. If it's taking a long time, that's unfortunate, but it doesn't mean that it's not going to get there. But that does seem like a long time. It should have been there within 24 hours, I would think. But yeah. How do I get my 2FA from Coinbase? Are you saying you want to, if you've lost your 2FA device, then you're going to have to go through a reset of your account. There's just two ways about that. I think that's what you're asking me, that you've lost your phone, or you've deleted your Google Authenticator or your Authy or whatever. Zenitude, thank you for that. If you've lost your two-factor device, then you're going to need to go through the whole reset process. And I go through that in this video. This is actually, I wanted to mention to you guys. Well, let me just copy the, I'll put this in the, down here. There is no way to retrieve your two-factor code if you've lost your device, period. If you're just asking me how do you enable two-factor, you do that in your Manage account. Yeah, you go, oops, doggone it. Not that I've never doxed myself before, but my address was in there. But you go into your security settings and enable or disable your two-factor. But you need the device, right? If you lost your phone, then there is no way to retrieve it, right? That's the security of the 2FA, right? You're going to need to go through that video where I show you how to go into Coinbase and tell them, hey, I lost my device. I need to do a reset. It might take a week or so. And then you'll regain access to your Coinbase account. And then from there, you can re-enable two-factor with a new device. Yeah. Do I like passphrase? Do I think it's a good feature? I think passphrase can be confusing for some people. It can also cause you to lose all your crypto if you forget it. It is if used properly, it is a good way to secure your crypto, keep it safe and secure, and keep it secret. But it can be a problem for newcomers that can't quite wrap their head around it. And you might end up losing your crypto if you forget that passphrase. So it's a very controversial, as far as I'm concerned, it's a bit controversial. A lot of people, swear by it. Oh yeah, but I've gotten numerous emails from people that have lost their passphrase and they say, please help me. And I'm like, I can't help you if you lose your passphrase. Same with losing your seed phrase. We had a guy we were talking about last week that he was blaming Ledger that he lost $50,000 worth of Bitcoin because he hadn't updated his firmware for 3 years, and when he went to update his firmware, it glitched out, and he called Ledger, and they told him that he needed to restore from his seed phrase, and he didn't know where his seed phrase was. So Bitcoin, crypto wallets are very unforgiving when it comes to that kind of stuff. So yes, passphrase is a great feature. It's a good way to secure your crypto, but it's a double-edged sword. You could lose your crypto if you lose your passphrase. My ETH fees were not that high for transfers, but I don't know what they will be. Okay. Yeah. Transferring ETH on Polygon is cheaper than on Ethereum. Yes. Is it safe to keep my coins on Coinbase Wallet, transfer them from Coinbase Exchange? Correct, or do I need multi-sig? If you're using the Coinbase Vault, I think maybe that's what you're referring to. You don't need multi-sig to transfer your coin, but I believe Coinbase has a multi-sig vault that you could set up. That's another one that can really get you into the weeds if you set up multi-sig and then one of the people loses their key or something crazy like that. But it's better just to use personal. I use a personal wallet, but big companies they can't trust large Bitcoin holdings to just one person, or they can't just give the private key out to multiple people. Like they need multi-sig. But as an end user, you're much better off just using a regular wallet that's not multi-sig and keeping your crypto in your wallet rather than on Coinbase. We talked about that earlier when Coinbase glitched earlier this week. What's the pros and cons of leaving one BTC in my PayPal account? Well, the pros are you're not going to have to pay transfer fees to put it in your own wallet, right? You're going to save on that. And you should be able to sell it in PayPal if you want to. Although PayPal is not the best place for trading Bitcoin. Their fees are rather high. But those are those are the pros. And PayPal is an above board U.S. certified service, all that good stuff, right? The cons are high fees, high transfer fees, and it's not your Bitcoin if it's being stored in PayPal. They want to make you think it's like, oh, you got a PayPal Bitcoin wallet. It's not a real wallet. It's a service, and they're holding the Bitcoin for you. So it's not self-custody, and to me, that's the major pro. But other than that, like PayPal is probably not going to go out of business any day soon, right? So you don't really have to worry about that. But you could get locked out of your PayPal account if you lose your two-factor, if you lose your password, or you try to log in too many times with the wrong password, they could lock you out. Or PayPal could go down, just like Coinbase went down in activity when there's high price activity and trading activity. So you got all those cons to deal with. Storing Bitcoin in your own wallet is what I advocate. It costs you a little more in transfer fees, but you have total control of your Bitcoin. Jack, I've lost my old phone and Coinbase is asking me for it to transfer my Bitcoin. How do I get this code? Okay, I just put a video in here, this one. You're going to have to jump through hoops to get a hold of Coinbase and tell them that you've lost your phone and have them reset the account. That's the only way. There's no way to get your Google Authenticator code back if you lose your device, unfortunately. This is the answer. Right? You have to go to Coinbase and tell them, hey, I lost my phone. And then you're going to have to go through... Hey guys,
CryptoDad, here again.
Go through all of this, right? Let's see, wait a minute. Here. Okay, so you go to Coinbase, you try to log in, but instead you say unable to submit one-time code, right? Because you've lost your device. So you have to tell them you lost your Authenticator app. You have to go into Coinbase account recovery. You have to, jump through some hoops, upload your ID. You've got to take a selfie. You got to upload your ID and all that stuff. And then after you have gone through all of that, they will tell you, okay, and we'll get back to you in about 5 to 10 business days to let you know whether, we've accepted your verification. And then after a while, they will say, hey, we've accepted your verification. We agree that you are the owner of this account, and we are now going to disable the two-factor authentication. And then you will be able to log into Coinbase without your two-factor using just your username and password. And once you've done that, then you'll have access to your Bitcoin again, right? And then if you go out and buy another phone, and you put Google Authenticator on there, you can re-enable your Google Authenticator on your account, right? But there is no way to recover your Google Authenticator if you lose your phone. That's what Google Authenticator is for, so that only the person that has the phone can access the Google codes. I hate to say that, but that's how it is. What if you lose your device? If you lose your device, you do a restore using your 12 or 24 word recovery phrase, which you are responsible for keeping in a safe place. Why are you scared to handle things on your own? Right? There's nobody to call, right? Well, I don't know. You're telling me you lost your phone. So, I don't mean to be flippant about this, but yeah, you have to make sure you don't lose this stuff, right? Don't lose your phone. Don't lose your seed phrase. If you lose or damage your device, you can do a restore from seed phrase. Easy peasy. I recommend Coinbase. Everybody comes piling in when it's 8 o'clock. It's been 2 hours, guys. I'd love to keep answering questions all night long, but at 7:15, no one was asking me questions. They always start asking them fast and furious right around 8. But the stream is over, guys. I really appreciate it. I want to thank everyone that was here tonight. Kenny, as always, thank you for the news stories. Thank you for just being here and listening to my BS as we trade emails. Thank you, Dan, so much for being here and fielding questions. I can see you were really busy tonight, Dan. Thank you, JDO, for being here, for moderating. Thank you, Asil, for your donation. Thank you, Simon, for your donation. Thank you, Crypto Otis, for your donation. Thank you, everyone that came in and asked questions. Thank you, everyone that came in and just kind of hung out. Thank you guys for being here and watching. And I'll be here again next week, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Join me again for the live stream from Michigan, where you can throw out questions and I'll do my best to get them answered. I'll probably be doing a live stream on Wednesday as well, somewhere around 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Wednesday. So if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you'd like to subscribe to my channel, I would appreciate it. When you subscribe, hey, Billy, thank you for the subscription. There's a little bell you can click that will allow you to be alerted whenever I post new content. Once again,